This video is 1.2 modeling quantities, and specifically we're going to be talking about dimensional analysis. Just remember that you can pause this at any time to make sure you get these definitions down as well as the examples. So the first definition is dimensional analysis, and that is a fancy way of saying the process of converting measurements. So we're going to do things like convert inches to feet or minutes to hours. So it's just a fancier way of saying that. Conversion factor is the ratio of two equal quantities, each measured in different units. So what I'm going to do is kind of make like a box of all of our different conversion factors that we know. So if we were in school, typically we would kind of brainstorm as a class, but we're going to go ahead and write down things that we remember. So for example, we know that 12 inches is 1 foot, and this will kind of be like a guide for you to use in the problems. We also know that 3 feet is 1 yard. 5,280 feet is equal to 1 mile. And 1 meter is equal to 3.28 feet. So I'm trying to write down all the ones that you will be using. So then we'll do our time, which is a little bit easier. So we know 60 minutes is 1 hour. And the other one that you will need to know is 60 seconds, obviously, is 1 minute. And then you will also need to know how many seconds are in an hour. So if there's 60 seconds in 1 minute and 60 minutes in 1 hour, you just multiply 60 times 60. So there are 3,600 seconds in 1 hour. So we will be using that. And then 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. And 1 gallon is equal to 8 pints. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and practice. The nice thing about these problems is it's a very procedural process, so you're just going to be following that procedure each time. Okay, so we want to convert inches to feet. So how you set this up is we're going to do 30 inches, and then I'm going to multiply by a conversion factor. So remember, a conversion factor are all of these that we have inside the box. So I'm going from inches to feet, which means that I need a conversion factor with both inches and feet. So within this conversion factor, the inches must go on the bottom because I want to cancel it out. So I'm going to put inches on the bottom, and then you're going to put on top what you want it to be, which is feet. So then you have to ask yourself, what do I know about inches and feet? And I know that there are 12 inches in 1 foot. And from there, you're going to cross out the inches, and then the math involved is really just 30 divided by 12. So you would put that in your calculator, and you're going to get 2.5 feet. All right, let's go ahead and try another one. So this one, we have 1,500 feet, and I want to convert to miles. So again, I'm going to write a conversion factor. I want miles, so that goes on top, and I want to get rid of feet. Then you're going to think, what do I know about miles and feet? I know that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So feet cancels out, and then in your calculator, you're going to do 1,500 divided by 5,280. And you end up getting a long decimal. So I'm going to go ahead and put the squiggly equal sign, which means approximately, and it's 0.28, I'll say 4. So 0.284, and this would be miles. Okay, next one. We have 12 pints to gallons. So pints goes on the bottom, or pints goes here. So I want to get gallons, so gallons would go on the top. I want to get rid of pints, So now I need something that I know about pints and gallons. So I'm going to go ahead and look at our box. We know that 8 pints is 1 gallon. So 1 gallon is 8 pints. And so from here I can cancel out the pints. And so we're really just doing 12 over 8. And you can convert that to a decimal, or you can actually just reduce the fraction, whatever works, but it ends up just being 3/2 or 1.5. And always remember to label, so we don't know what you're talking about if you don't. All right, next one. 7,500 seconds to hours. All right, so again, we multiply by a conversion factor. Seconds goes on the bottom and hours goes on the top. So you always put what you're trying to get rid of on the bottom and then what you want on the top. And then you have to figure out, what do I know about seconds and hours? And we learned that 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. Okay, so seconds cancels, and then you're going to put that in your calculator. So 7,500 divided by 3,600, and you get 2.083. Again, I'm going to use the squiggly lines. So 2.083 hours. All right, so now we're moving up to a little bit more advanced. So the reason why this is more advanced is because you have to convert inches to feet and seconds to minutes. So it's called a double conversion. So I'm going to write out what I have. So I have 103 inches over seconds. So I'm going to deal with the inches first. Okay, so I want the inches to be feet. So I'm going to put feet on the top and inches on the bottom. And then you have to ask yourself, what do we know about inches and feet? We know that 1 foot is 12 inches. All right, so that takes care of the inches. Now I have seconds. So now I'm going to multiply another conversion factor. So I want seconds to be minutes. So this is where it gets tricky. Seconds is currently on the bottom, so in order to cancel it out, we actually would put it on the top. And then that would mean minutes goes on the bottom. So then we want to know, what do I know about seconds and minutes? We know that 60 seconds is 1 minute. So that will cancel out seconds and seconds. And then all we're left with is feet per minute. Now, when you look at the math, you're really just doing 103 times 1 times 60, and that's all just divided by 12. So you would do in your calculator 103 times 60 and divide that by 12, and you get 515, and that would be feet per minute. All right. Next one. So our last one is, again, a double conversion. So we have 1,750 feet per minute, and we want to convert that to miles per hour. So I'm going to set up 2 conversions, because what I need to do is convert feet to miles and then minutes to hours. So for feet, because feet's on the top, I'm going to put feet on the bottom to get rid of it. I'm converting feet to miles. So what do I know about feet and miles? I know that there are 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So that will cancel out feet. All right, now I need to convert minutes to hours. So for minutes, because it's on the bottom, that means up here it'll go on the top, and then that will leave me hours. So then I have to ask myself, what do I know about minutes and hours? That there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So that leaves me with minutes canceling, and all I have left is miles and hours. So the math is 1,750 times 1, which doesn't really matter, times 60, divided by 5,280. So calculator time, we do 1,750 times 60, and then you're going to divide that by 5,280. And that gives us approximately 19.8, and I'm going to round it to 9, and that would be miles per hour. So this is probably one of the most confusing topics that we cover, at least in this semester. It's kind of random, so please make sure that you watch it multiple times if you are confused.